Hello, welcome to our Scrum Master certification class. I'm super excited that you have taken the time to embark on this journey. I tell you, it is a great one. When I first of all embarked on becoming a certified Scrum Master, I thought it was just something like any other stuff I've been doing, but it has been a great experience that it has empowered me in all of the different aspects that I'm working on, as a business coach, as engaging with people, getting more into the enterprise where meeting some great people. So as we study SAFe Scrum Master, which is applying the Scrum Master rule in a safe enterprise, or in a common way, I'm going to say that applying the Scrum Master rule in an enterprise environment, which means that you are working in a bigger company, which can be as large as many countries. For instance, I work as a Scrum Master for CBER, which is the world largest real estate, right? And when we have like company meetings where you have people from the UK, India, other country journey, you're able to access a lot. And being in a leadership position like this is something like you can dream of, and it's really, really rewarding. So I want you to pay attention as we zoom into this lecture. Take note when possible, and then we are going to have also opportunity for you to ask great questions. I want us to make it like a real practical environment. So what you're going to do is that go through the lectures, jot down questions on what you don't understand. And as we meet during our mastermind sessions, which I'm going to provide you with details and exactly when we are meeting, we can now discuss more of the practice. But here is to just to give you the theory and some of the terminology and what you need in order to write and pass your certification. Now, writing and passing your certification is not the major thing with Scrum Master. Scrum Master is considered someone that have a deep understanding of leadership and can be able to really work people, someone that has come across so many different scenarios in life that they can apply to help others do much better. And you might not really have had like that deep leadership experience, but I bet you just with the challenges of life, we can be able to find so many scenarios that you have overcome that we can be able to implement and use that experience to be able to help others accomplish a lot and to help people solve problems. So one of your biggest values as a Scrum Master is what we call servant leadership, which is your ability to be a people-minded person. So while we go through the introduction, at the end of this course, you should be able to describe Scrum in a safe enterprise. In a safe enterprise simply means that describe how you can be able to contribute as a Scrum Master within a very big organization where there are about 50 Scrum Master. What is your role within that enterprise, and why is Scrum needed within a very large enterprise like that? You should be able to facilitate the different Scrum events. We are going to look more into that. One of the stuff about Scrum is that, or one of the ways Scrum work is that Scrum work with different events. It use different tools, right? And the different Scrum events, daily stand-up, sprint planning, spring review, spring retrospective, gives you like guidelines and agenda on how you can really facilitate people and coordinate them to work together. So Scrum provides you the tools you need to be an effective leader in an agile environment. Agile simply means that an environment where there is a lot of transparency, a lot of inspection going, and a lot of adaptation. So it's called lean, agile, learning, and growing. In a simpler way, relentless improvement. Now, you should be able to facilitate effective irritation, iteration, execution. You're going to see this word most frequently, iteration. And other environment will also use sprint. So if you see sprint or iteration, they mean the same thing. You can note that down. Support effective program increment execution. Program increment simply means that big organizations are meeting to plan how they're going to meet the vision of the goal. So you, although you're working in a smaller team, you should be able to know what you can do to support that bigger goal of the company. Support relentless improvement. Relentless improvement is one of the core practices of Agile or Scrum. We want to improve. That's why you have daily stand-up meetings every day. We're going to go more into detail with that. Coach Agile team to maximize business result. The goal is for us to satisfy the customer. That's why we are working on it. We are working on the product day in, day out, having feedback, and also having constant relationship with all the stakeholders involved in the business environment. Support DevOps implementation. DevOps simply means development and operation, the collaboration between developer and people working in the operation. And now there are 6 lessons we are going to cover throughout our certification process. The first one is Introduction to SAFe Scrum Master, which is going to give you the basics, some of the definition, why it is needed. And then lesson 2 is going to be characterizing the role of a Scrum Master. What is your role as a Scrum Master within the SAFe environment, right? If you've done maybe the Scrum Master, we call it the CSM or the PSM, you realize that it's a bit different from this environment, and it's a bit different from this environment. And sometimes you probably might be learning some new terms. And with Scrum Master, which is like a pure Scrum Master, it's all about working within a smaller team. With SAFe Scrum Master, you're working in a bigger environment. Now, the next thing you want to focus on is to we want to look at the PI planning, which is the core of Scrum Master. Don't bother about this. We're going to go into this in detail. Now, facilitating irritation or sprint event. Then we're also going to look at what the program increment is all about and how you can contribute to that as a Scrum Master. And then finally, the big one, becoming a certified SAFe Scrum Master. We're going to also look at that. Now, we're gonna dive straight into the introduction into Scrum Master, our introduction. And within the first section, which is the introduction, we want to cover 3 main things. First, at the end of this section, which is going to be like our first lesson. So I was just giving like a bigger introduction. Now, our first lesson is going to be for you to examine basic Agile development concept. And then we'll go detailedly to look at, to explore Scrum Basic. What are some of the Scrum Basic? Then we are going to go also a bit more detailedly to look at position and Agile team in a safe enterprise environment, right? So take a break here. We're going to zoom into examining basic Agile development concept within our next teaching session. I'm going to split this into teaching of about 10 minutes or less so that you don't really get too overwhelmed and you can be able to take break and really coordinate this. But then I'm going to label them as 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So when you see 1.1, you know all of them, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, all of them are under lesson 1. It's just like an introduction. When we move to lesson 2, which is your role as a Scrum Master, you're going to see 2.1, 2.3, 2.4. So they're going to be short video, but then for you to know that it's all about one lecture, or it should be one lecture, you see like subcategory 2.1, 2.0. But in all, what you should pay attention is just follow it chronologically, right? Chronologically from start to end. And we have our session where we can do discussion, ask question. Your bigger tool will be to ask question. So I'm going to see you in the next video. 1.1, examine basic Agile development concept. That's going to give you the foundation to be able to understand what Agile really is, and how a Scrum, which is one of the Agile framework, it's implemented within the Agile environment. Thank you very much. And I'm going to see you in the next lecture.